Now we got this. Now that don't work at all, right? So I'm gonna throw that away, right? Yeah. So what I do here though is I arrange it right, using the chair as my brace here. And this is a too, right? Now you see I don't have a lot of room, so this is all I can do right now, right? But it does exercise my lower belly, right? But like I told you about book learning does not replace training in the real Muay Thai gym. Right? Now, also, I can watch Muay Thai fighters and see how they fight, right? Without even fighting one of them. See, that's another thing, right? If you know how someone fights, right, you're better able to defend, right? Even if it's a different style, right? See, they like using the knees, the roundhouses, and elbows a little bit more than your typical, like tournament fighting, right? For example, right? That there is just a standard roundhouse, right? To the chin, right? So, like I said, but unlike in the Matrix, you can't just plug the information into me. I have to learn it. You know what I mean? We gotta learn things, right? See, the thing about the Matrix is, it's fantasy with the idea that the machines took over the fantasy realm, right? That's the whole point to it all. And we're now in a prison of our own making, right? And see, we're not really in the Matrix at all, right? Yeah. But they could do that to you in the future, right? Just like you in a little box. I know. To get you out the way. I know. But it's not just the mind, it's the spirit. Some people don't want to follow the spirit and accept they're in the flesh, right? We are God in the flesh, not God as an angel, right? From heaven, right? That's their problem with the world, right? What they're doing, and like I said, this is how you got to see it, is they're trying to be angels still while in the earth, right? And an angel is not as solid as we are. However, they reproduce because there's more than one in heaven too, right? So they got a way to reproduce their own form, right? But it's different than how we reproduce, and Satan didn't like it. He also probably wanted to try butt sex with Jesus, and Jesus said no, right? That's part of my theory as to why he did it the way he did it with Adam too, right? And he also tried to get the other guys to join in, and they wouldn't either, right? No one in heaven wanted to do that. It's not just about serving men. It's about serving each other, right? As men, right? Satan wants you to serve him and bow down, right? And I don't just mean right, to sexually bow down to him. He wants you to serve him, right? Instead of you serving your wife and me serving my wife, right? And he's the one making it an evil act, right? To even be gay, right? But it's really not if you choose to with a good partner, right? That's why I'm trying to help out my fellow homosexual people. Because see, gay's just the word that means you're light, frilly, and like colors. That has nothing to do with your sexuality, by the way. It's called homosexuality, right? Heterosexuality, you want the opposite sex, right? And if you're bi, you're both homo and hetero, right? I guess, right? Sexual, right? Okay. Or you can say bisexual, right? Now, even Gnosticism deals with that idea, though, too, right? What do we do about it, though? Well, Moses is right. If you try to control it to extremes, right, you're going to have people react to you like in Sodom and Gomorrah and with the Levite and his concubine. That's his warning about it, and not working with people who feel gay, right? You can make them act that way towards you, and they don't have to, right? If you're nice to someone, even if they're of a different sexual orientation, they should be nice back to you, right? That's doing to others too, right? If I'm nice to my cousin who may or may not be gay, but that's the rumor because he's, we've heard all the rumors, right? Unlike me, I get playboy, he got play girl, right? Who cares though about what he did or didn't do, right? It's not your business or mine, really. But that's the whole point, right? I try to stay out of his business, but because I've heard of it, I gotta use examples of what I've heard, right? But I'm still not judging him or condemning him, right? Still trying to be his cousin and not anything more, right? Right. Now, the only problem Dion and me could have is if Angela on their wedding night just said we look alike, which we do. And though I'm a little shorter than Dion, right? But you would be lying if you say we don't, Dion. My mom and your mom are related. No, your dad, right? That's why we look alike. And your mom's dark like my mom, right? And both my mom and dad were dark too, right? My dad had maybe African in him and Native American, right? From the Claude side, I guess, right? One of them had the African in him, right? And the only one we don't really know about is Claude, what nationalities he was, right? And he was the Lee, right, by the way. Now, it could have nothing to do with Robert E. Lee, but even then, I was told I looked like the general, right? Himself, right? In some of his portraits, right? But whatever, right? I'm not trying to be Robert E. Lee either because he, too, was in a confused situation back then, right? Whether the slavery part of the Bible is something you should really act on or not, right? Well, here's the thing. When you do a slave, you're still to do them how? Good, not evil, right? You're doing your slaves evil by beating them without, recompensing them, right? You're also supposed to release them if you beat them, right? You're not supposed to just beat them and put them back in the field, right? You're supposed to release them. Right? You're doing them evil, right? You're supposed to treat all men as equal, though, anyway, if you have a slave or not, right? Too, right? Now, if I'm being paid less and you're making more because you're educated or whatever, that's still classism, right? Like they're dealing with in India even, right? You have the higher class and then the lower class, like Slumdog Millionaire, right? Well, the thing is, that's what Gandhi was talking about, right? You're no better in the church, I know, if you're doing what they're doing in India, right? And have the classism, right? And not, we're all the same human being, right? If I'm a slum bum millionaire or I'm a millionaire, right? I'm not there because I choose to be there. My parents conceived me there, right? And my parents conceived me where they were at the time they conceived me, right? And I'm their child forever, right? I can't be born to any other parents either, right? Whoever my parents really are, I know, right? But I know my mom, right? I may not know my dad real well, or his side of the family, right? But whose fault is that? I know theirs, right? Ain't that I didn't make myself available. Well, what'd she do? Try and have sex with me over her car? Because, see, I was paranoid her boyfriend was there the whole time I was there. I know. I know. And like I said, I don't even know you're a virgin of some of the things I would tell her, right? But I don't know we had sex either, right? If she is a virgin or not, right? And I ain't doing it to fuck her or hit on her. She's just acting weird. I'm trying to make sure she's not there alone, right? But even if she is, it ain't really my business, right? Right. Unless she goes so crazy, she tries to prove to me she ain't even had sex with him yet, right? And that's again a second cousin trying to prove to a first cousin, okay, right? She's still a virgin, right? And I'm not trying to force that. It just kind of happened, right? I don't know. I don't know. Because when I showed up, she was by herself, but I don't think she was really alone. And then we started, talking about everything because I was there to visit Uncle Russell. And I didn't know when they would come back or not, right? But again, and that's the point too, right? Now with this exercise, my gut will come off slowly. It ain't gonna just disappear. Unless you're using camera tricks. Or CGI. You can't do that. That's illegal. You're not showing real weight loss. Oh, no. You can't do that. Not even in the name of hope. Not even in the name of hope. Right? You can't do that. I know that. That's fraud. If they're not really using the weight, that's fraudulent. And you're not supposed to do it, right? But like I said, these videos are just demonstrations for one, right? When you really fight someone, mano a mano, right? They could have a gun in their back pocket and back. You don't know, right? Now, the only one who can help you with a gun is Jesus, right? Because he's the only one who can raise from the dead. Whoever went from the cross, he was raised from the dead. He was raised from the dead, right? And Jesus raised 3 people, a girl, a boy, and Lazarus from the dead, right? Now, they're saying someone else was on the cross. Well, who? Lazarus? I mean, if you raise me from the dead in one section of my life, I know you can raise me dead in that section too. Why? And, well, it says, listen here, right? No weapon formed against you shall prosper. And this was fulfilled in certain scriptures that have to do with the Messiah. Mm-hmm. Whether you understand what really happened with Jesus or not. Because a lot of times when they tried to take him during the book of John, right, especially, right, they couldn't even recognize the man. They were so that unfamiliar with what he looked like. Heck, he was baptized by John, right? The disciples should at least recognize him, or did they see him differently, right? I don't know. Now, again, whoever was crucified, though, Judas had to identify him to them, right? With the kids. Mm-hmm. But sometimes a kiss could be a betrayal, or if he picked Lazarus, who was the chosen one to die in Jesus' place if something like that happened, right? Jesus still could have raised him from the dead, right? And of course, you gotta leave, right? After that, you can't stick around, right? If someone went to India, they rumored, right? It was Lazarus and not really Jesus, right? Meaning Jesus had to raise him twice from the dead, right? And we don't know Jesus even left. He can still be here, right? We just don't know what happened, right? Then, right? Though that creates a mythology within the mythology, right? Of Jesus too, right? But who will be old enough to look like a 30-something-year-old man, like we have on the Shroud of Turin. Now, if Peter did it, how old was he? In the 60s, right? He wouldn't look that damn good. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Whoever's on the shroud, though, looks like a 30-something-year-old man, right? Right. Though, again, right, could it be a little bit of artistry with real human blood? I don't know. The blood type is AB positive, though. Well, another thing was, it's better to give to receive, right? Well, O positive and O negative are the two universal donors, right? Now, Jesus is O negative. Alright. And we're not sure what Mary was. But like I said, can a virgin conceive a child if she's a hermaphrodite? Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell the Jews, right? There is a way where a woman can be a seed within herself, right? That's if she's a true hermaphrodite. She can have her own child and not betray her husband's trust either because he didn't know what she was. You're not informing them, right, of what they are. So they don't know they can both get themselves pregnant and have a baby with Joseph later on, right? Which she did with James and Josie. She's the mother of James and Josie, too, after Jesus was born. Catholics, though it's okay. We understand you're trying to help women up in the church, right? We know why you're doing that with Mary is to help women in the church to get a better position, right? Though even the nuns are looked down upon more than the priests, right? Though the priests are acting worse than Cain and Judas, right? And a little like Noah and his grandson Canaan, right? Who was the one actually cursed. See, the Southern rednecks try to make it him. It was King rednecks, right? Not him, not him. See, there you're trying to curse the father with the grandson, right? But it was the grandson that was cursed. Wonder why? Was Noah and Canaan in the tent together naked? Right? They both men, like I said, were drunk. It's better to forgive your grandson than curse your grandson. Ain't that Moses' real point? If you didn't know what he was doing, or you. And like I said, right? But I don't remember the sex part with her, right? See, again, I'm going here for a purpose. It ain't to hit on some woman and have sex with her, though I'm not afraid to, right? If she consents herself, right? But there's only one place you can do it, in a restaurant, and that's lock the door in the bathroom, right? There's no hygiene exposure there. That's why I was kind of concerned about the cleanest room and the dirtiest room at the same time, right? But you don't do it in the back in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Right. If you are going to do it, you do it somewhere where no one can see you but the person you're with, right? And that's the point, right? I know there's locks on at least the Bell's bathroom, and I lock that one. You're not getting in until I'm done doing number 2. And like I told you, I don't know about you, but if you're constipated, then you don't go number 2 a lot. If you're not, you go number 2 a lot. Number 2 takes longer than number 1 always has, brother. You're just not getting the picture. What I'm really doing. I ain't jerking off to your wife in the bathroom, right? If that's what you're thinking. Or making her think. Just because I've been there for a little bit going number 2, right? Well, if you're not going number 2, that means you're constipated and you're full of shit. You need to get that shit out of you because that's your problem, brother. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. I'm not. I go to the bathroom regularly. And number 2 takes longer than number 1, trust me. I just did it when I got back from eating breakfast, right? You're so full of it. Full of it. And now I'm going to see if I can catch a movie or something. We'll see.